Brady Ministries International is a nonprofit 501c3 organization. Your tax-deductible donations may be sent to the address on our website, edbradyradio.com, edbradyradio.com. Thanks, and may God bless you for your support and for your prayers. Anything in that Bible that is in there is yours. It's whether you receive it, believe it, and apply it. And so what's interesting is whenever, and I can see your head going, yeah, people around the class going, because when that thought comes to you as you're talking, sometimes I've spoken something out and I'm going, wow. I'm thinking to myself, I didn't realize that. And then it comes out, and that's when you know God is speaking to you. And what's amazing is as it flows, because he just says, open your mouth and it'll come out and I'll feel it. That's what that means. You don't even realize it because you're thinking, well, most of the time the natural part of man wants to say, tell me what it is you want me to say first. Then I'll kind of process it through my little pea brain mind and see if I want to say it. And that's the way I used to be years ago. And then I thought, no, just tell me now. Because once you start to experience it, it fascinates you, because here's one thing you'll learn. The more you hear, the more you speak it, the more he's going to speak to you. How many times have you, when you're raising children, those that have children, and you've spoken to them, they're not listening to you, they're not doing, are you going to tell them another thing to keep doing? You have a tendency to go, I'm done. Like, just give them a while, they'll figure it out, and then they'll try it. And I think I shared with y'all one time, I used to tell my daughter, did you understand, like especially if they had a problem or they weren't understanding me, and I'd say, Tori, did you learn anything from that? Or what did you get out of that? Well, gee, I don't know. And I go, okay, especially if it was something negative and I was disciplining her for it, I'll think, okay, we'll be here again. I'll immediately know that. I'll be coming back to this topic again. Because what's fascinating about it is you'll start to see that when they can speak out of their voice, out of their own will, and they're speaking their understanding. So if they're saying, gee, Mom, I realized I shouldn't have done that, and you can see, the genuineness of it. Man, I've got to really watch what I'm saying or doing. And they can verbalize that without you saying. Most of the time I found people saying, what should I have gotten? Why don't you tell me? If they're asking me, why don't you tell me what I got? They didn't get anything. It's just kind of the common, and what's funny is you don't think about it till you, well, that makes sense. If they can't even tell you what they heard nothing. I don't care if you're speaking to them for 35 minutes or 2 minutes. So what's funny is, but as you speak it, as you start to or act on it, he's going to give you more. Years and years ago when I was learning this, I got excited so much, and I still do. I don't get unexcited about the word. I love the word. So as I learned something, I like to share with somebody else. It's just something God said, tell somebody. And so, and he'll say, you say it. You tell somebody, and then what's funny is I'd learn something on the weekend, and I'd have my teachers come up to me on the weekend. What did God tell you this weekend? Literally, honest to God, what happened? They go, what did he tell you this week? And I thought, y'all need to be reading. This is exciting stuff. And so what's happening is, and the more you give out, guess what? The more he fills you back up. Because if you're already filled, how can you take in any more? And it doesn't mean that you're ever filled. I'm never filled, okay? So I'm just going to piggyback off of that, because when you get filled, and this is the way he wants you to live, that total surrender means, even though it feels a little scary to say it, it feels a little tense to do it, chance it. Do it anyway, because he'll protect you. Because remember that verse says, and it's too bad she's not here. Remember, she was asking about this verse, love the Lord with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. And it says, lean not into your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge him, and he'll direct your path. He'll direct it. See, this is the key. He'll do it. This is so fascinating. We always think we direct ourselves. And we do in the natural. We can take authority, sit on the throne, and we can direct ourselves. He gives us free will. That's why the will is critical. The will is critical. That's what he was talking about there. Your will is a hinge pin. It's going to tell you whether I'm going to do something or I'm not. On the other hand, say for forgiveness, and we've talked about that before. You say, well, I can't seem to forgive. You know what? Forgiveness is an act of your will. Do you choose to forgive? This is huge. Forgiveness is a huge, huge issue in the body of Christ. It was critical for me to learn forgiveness. I'm quick to forgive. I will not hold a grudge. Why? I choose not to. I have decided as an act of I will not be offended. I will not do unforgiveness, and I'll not hold a grudge. I'm not going to do it. You know why? I learned many years ago. It hinders my walk with God. It hinders our relationship. If we are going to take that throne, he'll give it to you. He'll give it to you. But you pay a price either way. I'd rather pay a price than see God's work and how he moves. But if you say, and I used to say like forgiveness, as an act of my will, I choose to forgive. your word says to do this. I choose to believe it. I choose to believe it. And I tell myself, you're choosing to believe this. Brady Ministries International is a nonprofit 501c3 organization. Your tax-deductible donations may be sent to the address on our website, edbradyradio.com, edbradyradio.com. Thanks, and may God bless you for your support and for your prayers.